Welcome back to the season opener here at Clune Arena. Vince Greco, Rachel Galligan. It was a good one, Rachel. The Falcons started off quick, but then fell behind, made another charge. Let's take a look at how we got to this conclusion today. In the first half, it was really a tale of two players. It was Megan Boyd for the Denver Pioneers. Air Force could not find an answer as she knocked down three-pointer after three-pointer. Again, unstoppable. She had 16 points in the first two quarters. Air Force really didn't have an answer, but their go-to player was Brianna Autry-Thompson, playing on both ends of the floor. Defensively, you saw the steal and the block there. When she had the opportunity, she could fill it up from the outside, knocking down the three-pointer, and then she could do it defensively, as we showed again. Going against Boyd, going up for the scoop shot, drawing the foul. Autry-Thompson would finish this game with 25 points, and she got to the free throw line and played well there too, but it wasn't enough in the end, as it was Boyd and the Pioneers who really pulled away down the stretch. 14-1 run over the last 5 minutes and 41 seconds of this game, and that was the difference right there, Rachel.
Complete total difference of the game, and you have to credit the Denver Pioneers who responded in that fourth quarter to a really tough Air Force team that was ready to go coming out at halftime, but just too much from Denver. You see the stats here: 45% from the field, 33% from the three-point line. Air Force just 9% from the three-point line. That's a big stat in this game, especially when you're facing a zone like Denver was playing the majority of the night. Just 2 for 22 from the three-point line as Air Force. Would like to see a few more of those drop. But turnover numbers, I think Air Force did a really good job of turning over the Pioneers. That was a huge reason they were able to chip back into this game. Air Force, on the flip side, fairly good job of taking care of the ball. And both teams shared the ball really well. But back to your point of Autry-Thompson, you know, it's really the story for Air Force of this game. Obviously, a career-high 25 points, 8 for 16 from the field, 8 for 11 from the free throw line. But she does it all. She creates opportunities. She finished with 3 assists, 4 steals. You know, really just that spark plug kept her team in the game. You would have just loved to have seen a little bit more offensively from some other players.
Well, and we saw some really bright spots, too, for the Falcons. It's game number 1. We talked about the 7 freshmen that have joined this squad, and you saw that players like Dasha McMillan step up, a freshman, and they played quite a bit in this game, and that's great for the coaching staff to see what these young kids can do in the heat of battle.
Yeah, I mean, these teams have been just going up against themselves these last few weeks of practice, so obviously both coaches can walk away from this tonight with a lot of film to go through, get a lot of your young players, get your team back into the film room, study what they did well, study the things that need to be improved on. Now you have a gauge, right? You have a bar in which you can measure your team up against and continue to build off that. So may not have been the outcome Air Force would have liked, but ultimately some good things to take away as well.
Well, Air Force will be back in action this Saturday, November 28th, as they travel up the highway to Boulder, Colorado to take on the Colorado Buffaloes. The next game here on the Mountain West Network, put together by Falcon Vision, will be on Tuesday, December 1st, Nebraska-Omaha at Air Force. 5 o'clock tip-off. Hope you'll join us for that one. For Rachel Galligan, I'm Vince Greco, and all of our Falcon Vision crew, we really appreciate you tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll see you in a few days. Good night, everybody.
And happy Thanksgiving.